Hi guys! Alright, welcome to Unit 6, Lesson 8, Surface Area of Composite 3D Figures. So, a composite 3D figure is a 3D figure made up of two or more 3D figures. So, it's like a house, right? Think about a basic house, right? There's a rectangular prism for the bottom part, and then the roof is usually a triangular prism, right? That's two shapes put together. So that's what we're focused on today. All right, so we're just going to go straight into examples because we already know how to find surface area. We just have to figure out ways to apply it when shapes are funky. So with this one, there's a few different things you could do. One, you could find every surface separately on its own, or we could realize that this whole shape technically could be like just one big triangular prism, but there is like a chunk missing. So what we could do is find the surface area of the entire thing and then take out this little guy. That could be one option. The other option, and I think what I'm gonna do instead, is go through each surface and figure out the area and then piece them all together, okay? So with that, I'm going to start with, let's see, let me choose a lighter color for some of those back ones. That way we can keep track of everything. So one thing I notice is that like this side over, oh, that is not a very light color, but that's okay. That side over there, okay? One thing I notice is that that's a basic rectangle. I love basic rectangles, right? That basic rectangle is 8 millimeters by 6 millimeters. And I know that that's 6 millimeters because this like width all the way across is the same. And since this one says it's 6, that means this one is 6 as well. Okay? The other thing I notice is that that space is the same as this space plus this space. Okay? So really I have two identical rectangles right there. All right, so I'm going to use this blue, and let's see, we're going to say, we'll call them the left and the right. And those are, we have two of those, and they are both 8 times 6. Okay, hopefully that's okay so far. Next, on this larger rectangular prism, I'm trying to think of another color. Here's one. I have two sides, or actually let's do the bottom. All right, the bottom is this one here, and it goes all the way across, right? It goes all the way across. So this here, that's one giant rectangle. So we'll say the bottom. Hopefully you can read that. That's really light, isn't it? I should have used that for the sides. The bottom, well, that's a 16 by 6 rectangle, okay? But the top is also the same. Notice, like from here, like that, added to this, like if we were to take those tops, we could lay them like, boop, right down there and they would match. So really, this is like the bottom and the top. So we're going to multiply that by 2 as well. Okay? Next, we have, let's see, I'll use green. For this larger rectangular prism, we have the back and we have the front. Okay? Which, for those, and I accidentally just colored it in, this was a 10. Okay? So we have the larger front and back. That was a 10 by 8. So we have two of them, and it's 10 times 8. Okay? And then we have the smaller one. We've got this guy here, right, with these two. We've got a 6 by 6. And then the front of that one, too, is also a 6 by 6. So we'll say smaller front and back. We have 2 of them, and they're both 6 by 6s. Okay, so with that, we have all of this stuff separately from each other, but then we can add it all together in the end. So let's see here. For this one, I'm going to use my calculator. I have 2 times 8 times 6. That gives me 96. And then I have, and then I have 16 times 6 times 2, which is 192. And then we have 2 times 10 times 80, or no, I'm sorry, 2 times 10 times 8, or we could also consider this as 80 times 2 is 160. And then we have this one here, 6 times 6 is 36, times 2 is 72. All right, so then if we add them all together, we would have 96 plus 192 plus 160 plus 72. So in my calculator, let's see, 96 plus 192 plus 160 plus 72. That gives us a total of 520 millimeters squared. Okay, so there we go. There was a lot going on there. Now, there are other ways that you could solve this, right? You could have done everything individually, making sure that you have every single side. That would be totally acceptable as well, but it's just kind of up to you and how you see those rectangles. But the nice thing is, all of them were rectangles, right? So finding the area of each of them individually is not nearly as bad as other shapes, right? So there we go. Let's see here. And moving on. This next one is number 2 from your practice. Okay? Number 2 from your practice. I'm just pulling it up over here as well to make sure that I'm staying on track and getting it correct, right? We all have to check our work. Okay, this one is like a house. We have a triangular prism sitting on top of a rectangular prism, okay? So there's a few things we need to consider. One, we have 2 triangles, right, that are identical, okay? And then we have like, when I didn't really finish drawing, I should have come down here with these so we could picture those rectangles better. There we go. It's a little hard to do. But we have 2 triangles and then we have a bunch of rectangles together. Okay? So again, we want to make sure that we are keeping track of everything. All right? So first off, I'm going to do this base. Okay? So with that, let's see, I've got the base. Well, that's 32 times 10, or we can actually just go ahead and do that. That's 320. Okay? And then let's see, first I'll do the rectangular prism, and then I'll focus on the triangular prism as well. So then we have like the right plus the left sides, right? That's this here and this. Those are 10 by 8 rectangles, and there's 2 of them. So 2 times 10 times 8. And then we have the front and the back, right? So that would be, let me use a different color. That's that there and back there, right? So and we have 2 of them, and that's 32 times 8, right? It's a length of 32 and then a height of 8. So all of those add up to that triangle or the rectangular prism. Now let's look at the triangular prism. So we have the front and the back, right? That's these triangles, and there's two of them, right? And the base is 32, right? Because since this is 32, so is this, and the height is 12. So we could say we have two of them. The area of a triangle is found by doing 1/2 times the base times the height. So we could have 1/2 times 32 times 12. Okay. And then we have those two triangles that are like the slanted roof, right? This one and the one over there. So, and those are both, let's see, we'll say slanted roof. We have two of them, and that is a 10 by 20 rectangle. So 10 times 20. Okay? And then we're going to add everything together. All right? So we've got all these little mini equations, but I'm pretty sure we got every single side. So we already did this one. And then I didn't leave myself much room, but let's see, we've got 320, and then, so that's this, and then right in the left, let's see, 10 times 8 is 80, times 2 is 160, and then the front and the back, let's see, oh goodness, 32 times 8 is 256, times 2 gives us 512. Okay, and then we can add this in, the front and the back. Let's see, we have half of 32, or really these cancel out, right? 2 times a half is equal to 1, and then really we just have 32 times 12. 32 times 12 is 384. And then the slanted roof, let's see, we have 10 times 20 gives us 200, times 2 is 400. And then we'll add them all together. So let's see, we have 320 plus 160 plus 512 plus 384 plus 400 gives us 1,776, and these were in meters squared. So maybe this is like a big house or something. Okay? All right. So there's another one, but again, break it up into those shapes and just make sure that you have every side covered. Okay, with this last one, this one's like an L shape, and so we just have to make sure that we remember that base under there as well. And oh, I did the same thing on this one. I didn't really finish drawing. I could show it like that. There we go. Okay, so hopefully that helps a little bit to see it. So with this one, again, we're going to break it up into all these different shapes. The front and the back are identical. The left and really the right are identical too, right? Like this shape, we could move both of those over there and it would match up. And then we have this base plus this base, which matches the top. So it's really not that bad. We just have to, again, make sure that we're keeping track of everything. So first, we'll do the top and the bottom, which I'm considering the bottom as like both of the faces that are like facing down. That's those guys. So really, like if we were to cut these out, we could like bring them up here and match. So really the top and the bottom are identical. So top and bottom, we have two of them, and they are both 13.7 times 3. So we kind of have to, oh, sorry, there's like a little bug. We have to find the other side that matches up, but because this side is 3, that means this one is as well. Okay, so 13.7 times 3. So there's our top and bottom. And then we could do, let's do the left and the right. So we've got this side here, which also aligns with this one and this one. So this, again, this side is 3, like all of those, it's all like a width of 3. So there's 3 times 11.5, so we'll call this the left and the right. There's 2 of them, and so we've got 3 times 11.5. And then we just have the front and the back. Now, with the front and the back, it's an L shape, right? So we don't necessarily have, there's a couple different ways that you could go about it. One, we could consider it as one big rectangle and then like subtract out the chunk that's taken out. Or we could break them up into 2 smaller rectangles, okay? Like if I look right here, here's a rectangle, and I'm going to have 2 of them. I'm going to have the one on the front and I have the one on the back, right? So that would be, I'm just going to label it as red. I have 2 of them, and that is a 6.2 times 7.5. So 6.2 times 7.5, and I have 2 of them, right? And then, let me find, I'm trying to find all these different colors that can actually show up. And then this top rectangle is all the way across that area, and that is 13.7 times 4. So we'll just say pink for now. We have 2 of those, and we have 13.7 times 4. And then we just add them all together. Okay, so I've covered every little section of the outside of that figure. Okay, looks kind of cool, I think. And then we're going to multiply and then add it all up. So let's see here. All right, whew, it's a lot of talking. First, let's see, we have 13.7 times 3 times 2. So these ones give me 82.2. And then I have 11.5 times 3 times 2, which gives me 69. And then I have 6.2 times 7.5 times 2. That gives us 93. And then this last one, 13.7 times 4 times 2, gives me 109.6. Okay? And then we'll add them all up. So 109.6 plus 93 plus 69 plus 82.2 gives us 353.8, and let's see, we were dealing with centimeters squared. Okay guys, I hope this helps, and I know this is a very big concept. There's a lot to keep track of, and so if you have trouble with that at all, please let me know. Okay, have a good day.